Hi, welcome to Warriors Talk with author and founder Lady Rochelle, where we move away from awareness towards action. This is day 7 of the special edition of Warriors Talk, Visions of Happiness. And again, this is my poem collection that I've been working on for the past 10 years. And I decided that I wanted to share these poems with you, my listeners, so that I can start leading up to my actual 50th birthday, which is coming up on June 28th. So I'm giving you 28 poems, 28 days at 8 p.m. every single night, all the way until June the 28th, which is my 50th birthday. And tonight, I also wanted to talk about National Cancer Survivors Day, which is today. And I am a cancer survivor, so I wanted to do it just all in one instead of doing 2 separate videos. So National Cancer Survivors Day is all about individuals who have been touched by cancer from the day of diagnosis all the way to the end of your life. So the day that you were diagnosed, they recognize you as a cancer survivor. So National Cancer Survivors Day has been going on for the past 33 years. Since 1988, they have been celebrating, just letting everybody know that, hey, I'm a cancer survivor, and if I can make it, then you can make it too. So tonight we'll talk about cancer survivor. So if you're a cancer survivor, congratulations to you. If you know somebody that's a cancer survivor, contact them and say, hey, I'm glad you're here. So the poem tonight is titled, Say It Ain't So. And this particular poem was written right after my cancer journey, just to kind of commemorate what I was going through. Some people do it by video, some people do it by pictures. I did mine by poem. So tonight, I'm going to read this poem and then I'll discuss it later, and we'll talk a little bit about the National Cancer Survivors Day. Ready? Say it ain't so. This monster has knocked on my door. There's no room for you to live here, but he has already divided and multiplied. He has already laid his roots, hoping that none would be the wiser. Founded in Vegas when I was in the shower, quickly turned my life sour. Up and down into a whirlwind. To my knees I go asking for deliverance from sin. Forgive me, save me, cleanse me, preserve me and heal me, make me whole. Give me a second chance to see my seeds bloom, embrace my wrinkles and my gray hairs. Life just doesn't seem fair. Where's my fairy tale ending? Instead, I have poison implanted in me, killing off cells and feeling like I'm in hell. Life goes on with or without me. Bracing myself for what's to come, preparing for war. This is one battle that I can't win alone. So I keep hoping, praying, wishing, pushing until the victory is mine. With my Creator by my side, faith in His plan, this is one test I won't fail. This monster does not stand a chance in hell. And that's that piece. So that particular poem was written when I got done with my cancer journey, just to release some of the feelings and the energy that that was surrounding me during my treatment. So I wanted to get it down on paper just so I'll be able to not really relive it, but to remember what it was like. because some people who have cancer, they do get chemo brain. So sometimes they forget things and they don't remember what happened. So that was just my way of just kind of going back to figure out, how was I feeling during that time so that I can pass it on to somebody else who may be going through, just to let them know that if I got through it, then you can get through it too. So that was my poem that I wrote, one of my poems. So this particular collection that I'll be reading for the next 6 days are all going to be under the title Wounded Warrior. We may be wounded, but we're still a warrior, which means we came out on top. So that's the collection of poems that I'll be reading for the next 6 days, Wounded Warrior. So yesterday, just to transition a little bit into the National Cancer Survivors Day. So congratulations to everybody who has been touched by cancer from the day of diagnosis until the end of your life. You are a cancer survivor. Congratulations to you that you are here and that God has healed you and that he still has a plan for you, and that whatever it is that he wants you to do, that he is not finished with you yet. And that's the only reason why you're still here. It's because God has a plan for you and that your plan was not complete. So I congratulate you for being here. Live your life to the fullest. If it's something that you want to do it. If you try it and you fail, oh well, go to the next thing or try it again. Cancer is not a death sentence, but it is an awakening for you to live your best life. So I would encourage you to do things that you are even afraid to do. Do it afraid, but do it. Forget about the bucket list and have a life list that you have, that the list that you work off of while you're living, and scratch some of those things off. One of the things that were on my bucket list was to go to Paris. I got a chance to go to Paris and I got a chance to go to Italy last summer. So that was one of my biggest things that I wanted to do. And I did it. And I went with my mom and a couple of ladies from church. And it was an amazing, amazing trip. And so I'm looking forward to just scratching some more stuff off of my life list. So I encourage you to do the same thing. Even if you have not had a cancer diagnosis, you still can do some amazing things. And again, do it afraid. So we're talking about National Cancer Survivors Day, which is today. And they say that the reason why we have so many survivors, which is 16.9 million of them right now, is because of early detection, cancer education, and advance in treatment. So those are the main reasons why we have so many survivors. And I can tell you that doing my research, I saw the numbers going up and up. They was going up and up. So in 2017, we was at 14 million. 2020, we're at 16.9 million cancer survivors. So that makes my heart feel good because I'm still here. And I went to a funeral this weekend of a friend that passed away from pancreatic cancer. And he was fighting. He fought a good fight, and he would often keep up with me and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And then he would tell me how he's doing. And him and his wife would ask me questions about my cancer journey and what I did, and just to kind of put his mind at ease about what was going on. Well, he passed away, and we had his funeral this weekend. His name was Joseph Darrell Merkson. So I just wanted to say his name and put it out in the atmosphere to let him know that he fought a good fight, and that I am grateful. Hey, Paula, I am grateful that I got a chance to know him and I got a chance to share in his journey and, just to hear his beautiful voice that he blessed people with. So we just never know what people are going through when they're going through a cancer diagnosis. We don't know what people are going through that's taking care of people that have a cancer diagnosis as well. So if you know somebody that has a cancer diagnosis, today will be the day to call them and say, "Hey, I'm glad that you are here," and let them know that you appreciate their presence and encourage them to keep living. So 16.9 million survivors today. They did a study and it showed that each year the death rates was going down, right? So 27% over the last 27 years. So the death rate is going down for certain cancers, they say, with the early detection, with the cancer education, and with the advance in treatment. So that is kind of positive in a way for you to say, "Oh yeah, that makes you feel good if you get a cancer diagnosis, to know that, your chances of surviving that cancer, is a high percentage. So it just depends on what cancer it is. But let me tell you something, we serve an almighty God who can heal you from anything. All you have to do is ask. And if it's within his will, then he will do it. So it also says that they have new cases. So new cases of cancer for 2020, they said they're expecting 1.8 million new cases of cancer, right? So we know that it's evident that cancer is going to be diagnosed every single year until they find a cure. It's going to be diagnosed. So 8 million people will be diagnosed in the year 2020, in this year, 2020. Out of that, 600,000 will die from cancer. So 1.8 million will be diagnosed in 2020. Out of that, 600,000 will die. That translates to 1,660 people per day that will die from cancer. 1,660 people die every single day from cancer in the U.S. And we know that cancer is the second leading cause of death. Heart disease is number one. Whew. So I'm here just to really celebrate those who have survived, and to honor those who have fallen, and to encourage those who are going through, to let you know that you can make it, and that cancer does not necessarily have to be a death sentence. But whatever time that God has given you, or whatever time that you have left, to make the best of that time. Do something positive, do something that you want to do something that touches other people. Make your time here on earth counts, so that when you're not here anymore, that you're leaving a lasting legacy, and that people would remember you for years and years to come. Like my friend that passed away, and we had his funeral Saturday, people are going to remember him because of his voice, and because he loved to sing, and that's what he does, that's what he did. And so people remember him, for that. So when a certain song comes on and they know that he loved it and he sung, it's going to pop in their head, oh, Joe used to sing that. So do something special. We're put on this earth not just to work and come home and and stress, but we're put on this earth for a purpose. Find out what that purpose is that God has given you, and work that purpose. We all are assigned to a certain amount of people that we're supposed to bless with our purpose. Find out what your purpose is so you can bless those people. Somebody is not being blessed because you are not walking in your purpose. Walk in your purpose so that you can bless the people that God has assigned you to. Thank you so much for tuning in to Warriors Talk Special Edition, Visions of Happiness. And we talked about the National Cancer Survivors Day. Join me tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Intellectual Radio for the regular Warriors Talk show. We're going to go more in depth with National Cancer Survivors Day, and give out more statistics and information that you would want to know for you and your family on what to do if you have a cancer diagnosis. So join me tomorrow, Warriors Talk at 6 p.m. on Intellectual, if I could talk, intellectualradio.com. And again, this is Rochelle with Warriors Talk, author and founder, where we are changing lives one warrior at a time. See ya.